started in just a minute. Oh, 103. I hate being late.
Where did those?
Yeah, good. See, that's what happens, right? That's good. All right, we're going to get started here in just a second. You've got, thank you for coming today. We're going to be talking about fireworks safety and one significant case here in Inglewood. You're going to be hearing from the district attorney, the mayor of Inglewood, the chief of police in Inglewood, members of LA County Fire, and Sheriff's Department. So, bring the DA up here.
Right. We could,
We'll get everybody. Come on.
have everybody.
Let's have suits on this side and uniforms on the right side. On the other side? Right side, yes. Thank you.
There we go.
You knew that was going to happen.
Put it underneath you.
Yeah. That's okay.
There you go.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much for coming today. My name is Nathan Hockman. I'm the District Attorney of Los Angeles County. As you heard, we're going to hear from a variety of speakers. We're going to hear from Inglewood Mayor James Butts. We're going to hear from Inglewood Police Chief Mark Fronterata. We're going to hear from LA County Assistant Fire Chief Richard Stillwagon. And we're going to hear from LA County Sheriff's Arson Explosives Detail Lieutenant David Honor. Also here up with me at this podium, we have our, from the DA's office, we have our Director for Region 1, Victor Rodriguez. We have our Target Crimes Head Deputy, Rosa Alarcon. And by the way, at the end of our remarks, we're going to be taking questions. When we're done with those questions, Rosa Alarcon will come on and she will give a Spanish presentation at the end of the proceedings, and then to the extent there's any questions in Spanish, she will answer them separately on one-on-ones. Also up here we have from the District Attorney's Office, Deputy District Attorney Sharice Khalid, who handled the Inglewood Alvarez case. We have Inglewood Deputy in Charge Erica Jerez. We have Deputy District Attorney Sofia Gallegos, who did the preliminary hearing on the Inglewood Alvarez case. We also have Inglewood Police Department Detective David Ramirez and Los Angeles County Sheriff's Arson Explosive Detail Detectives Omar Miranda and Cynthia Valencia. All right, why are we here today? Let me start out with this very simple concept that I'm sure many people here in Los Angeles County share. I love fireworks. I have loved fireworks my entire life. There is nothing that I enjoyed more growing up as a kid than when the sun went down on July 4th and I would go to a park or near the ocean or a lake and those fireworks went up in the sky. It was a great day. And we in law enforcement will go ahead and make sure that people who have the permit to buy these fireworks, people who have the permit to use these fireworks, and people who have a permit to actually go ahead and have these large-scale celebrations in our community are backed by law enforcement to be able to allow the public to enjoy these celebrations safely. And that is the key. Because what has happened in our society is, unfortunately, in addition to all these wonderful public celebrations that involve fireworks, we also have individuals who have decided to illegally distribute these fireworks, illegally use these fireworks, and illegally possess these fireworks. And when I say illegally, I say that these are all violations of the law that will end these people up in prison. And let me give you one example. And it's an example that is backed by several of the pictures that I've had behind me. It involves a fairly recent case involving an individual named Joshua Alaves. And as I'm describing these charges, I want you to make sure you understand what I say in every situation where I describe charges. What I say today is not evidence. A defendant like Mr. Alaves is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty of the charges that will have been brought against him. And that proof has to show up in legally admissible evidence in a court of law to persuade either a judge or a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that he did these violations. However, today we will be talking not as evidence, but what the violations are and how he ended up being arrested in connection with his conduct. So Mr. Alaves basically is a 34-year-old from Inglewood who's committed and been charged with two different types of illegal fireworks offenses. The first one occurred the night of the Los Angeles Dodgers World Series celebration, October 30th, 2024, when he illegally set off fireworks that were directed at crowds and police that night. The second occurred on Christmas night of 2024. And with the second, the amount of fireworks he used were commercial grade fireworks. These could be seen from over a mile away. They were the type of fireworks, again, that is nothing short of percentages of dynamite going off in a community. But what happened that night is that the fireworks he shot off not only went up into the sky, but they went into the neighboring buildings. They actually, as you'll see in the pictures behind me, destroyed an apartment building. It went into a bedroom and shattered the glass, and the glass lacerated the individual who was in that room's face. And there, but for the grace of God, it could have killed anybody in that building. And also there, but the grace of God, it could have lit that building on fire. And so Mr. Alaves has been charged with these different violations of the law. And Mr. Alaves is facing 35 years in state prison. Now, this case has been being presented by Deputy District Attorney Shiraz Khalid of the Inglewood branch. It was investigated by the Inglewood Police Department, and you will hear in a moment some more details of this particular case. It was also investigated by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, Arson and Explosion Division, and the Los Angeles County Fire Department. We take these allegations and this conduct extremely seriously. Let me basically explain to you why we do that. Let's start out with the fact that when you're lighting off effectively dynamite, you're doing it in an unpermitted way, in an illegal way, and you don't have the experience or the license to do it. So what can happen? Well, in our day and age, we are not so removed from 6 months ago when parts of Los Angeles County burned. And these fireworks that will be set off, and inevitably they will be set off around the July 4th holiday, have the potential to have those flames erupt again in this county. That is unacceptable. And if you want to in any way endanger our county by setting off illegal fireworks, we will come after you with the full force and wrath of the law to make sure you do not do that and endanger everyone else's life. And also what happens with these illegal fireworks that are set off by people not trained to do it is they can go ahead and end up taking out someone's eye. They can cause third-degree burns. Like we said, they can shatter glass and destroy buildings, apartment buildings. They can destroy cars. It presents a huge public safety threat. Every time someone wants to selfishly say, I want to be the one to set off the fireworks, and not just enjoy the public displays of fireworks in their communities. And it's not just Mr. Olives that has been charged recently. I'm sure you're aware earlier in June of this month, we brought cases against Alexis Duran and William Rubio. Alexis Duran was charged with having and possessing fireworks without a permit in a violation of pyrotechnic devices back on June 9th of 2025, when officers contacted him in a La Puente parking lot and seized approximately 50 pounds of illegal fireworks from inside his vehicle. With William Rubio, he was charged with the violation of setting off commercial fireworks aimed at police officers. When they eventually stopped him, he had a backpack in his possession. And as the evidence will show at trial, that backpack he possessed 11 M1000 fireworks. An M1000 is a quarter stick of dynamite, and he had that sitting on in his backpack. Had that gone off, not only would he most likely be dead, but probably the people around him. With respect to Jose Serrano and Lorenzo Ponce, these are individuals that have gone through the criminal justice process earlier in the year. Mr. Serrano from Azusa, Mr. Ponce from Los Angeles. And actually, these are somewhat earlier cases, a 2022 and a 2023 case, because in the Serrano case, he was found with 14,000 pounds of fireworks when he was arrested. Mr. Ponce was found with 25,000 pounds of fireworks when he was arrested, and both were eventually convicted. So again, when we say that this is a serious public safety threat, it's not just a bunch of words this time. We are trying to prevent the loss of life, the loss of eyes, the loss of burns, the loss of houses, and what potentially could be an enormous fire danger as we stand up in front of you, giving these warning messages before it occurs. Because I don't want any misunderstandings later on when we do arrest people for this, and they say to us, well, I didn't think it was a big deal. We've been lighting off fireworks for years, and nobody did much about it. That's changed. We take this very seriously, and we are going to do something about it. These folks will get arrested, they will get prosecuted, and they will be punished to the full extent of the law. That is the warning message. And with that, I'd like to turn over to Inglewood Mayor James Butts.
Good afternoon. Afternoon. You'd probably think there's nothing left to say after that. It was great, Mr. DA. I'm going to leave the description of tonight's events to the chief, but I'm going to tell you that I spent 37 years in law enforcement. I headed the Inglewood Police Department, Santa Monica Police Department, and policing at LA International Airport. And fireworks are part of the whole thing that we do. We deal with them every 4th of July. But things have gotten to the point where people aren't just setting off fireworks, they're using improvised explosive devices. And this event that happened on Christmas of 2024 could have deafened people, could have harmed or killed children. And so we've come to a point in Inglewood where, with the Palisades fires and the fact that so many people get hold of these IEDs, that we have made the sales and distribution of fireworks in Inglewood illegal. The use of fireworks in Inglewood illegal. For people that want to enjoy the holidays, our suggestion is that you go to one of the supervised events that occur throughout the South Bay, but you cannot purchase fireworks in Inglewood and you can't light them off. And I want to thank the district attorney. I want to thank the chief and the police department. I want to thank the sheriff's department for coming out and responding so rapidly, and the fire department as well. So the message is, you cannot buy, purchase, or use fireworks in the city of Inglewood. Thank you. And I'm going to introduce Chief Mark Franerata from the Inglewood Police Department.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to certainly thank the mayor and certainly the district attorney for really paying attention to what has been highlighted here. These are improvised explosive devices. They're extremely dangerous. When I received the phone call from my watch commander on Christmas Eve of 2024, and it was being explained to me what was occurring on North Enterprise, I asked them to send me some photographs. I was in shock with what I saw. It looked like a war zone. The devastation to vehicles and certainly apartment buildings where projectiles had gone through and pierced the glass, shattered glass, injuring one woman who was inside there, and like the district attorney mentioned and the mayor, but by the grace of God, no one was severely injured or even killed. This is completely unacceptable. These devices are extremely dangerous, and certainly the Los Angeles Bomb Squad coming out and the fire department helping us on this night, collecting the amount of evidence after we served a search warrant on this location, and the explosive materials that were inside this residence, powders that I know that are still being analyzed right now at the crime lab. Even handling that stuff for the officers and the crime techs and all that is extremely dangerous as well. It has to be done with precision and expertise. And so, as the mayor said, certainly in Inglewood, but certainly throughout the entire county, as the district attorney was mentioning, fireworks, even safe and sane fireworks, are no longer legal in Inglewood. We have a number which I'll share with you for a minute to talk about call-in reports of illegal fireworks, but something of this nature, by all means, you can call 911. That's how serious this was. The devastation, again, the doors on vehicles were concaved, windows shattered out, debris everywhere. Thank God a fire didn't break out from this stuff. It was really, really sad to see. And but again, with all our partners here, we were able to collect this evidence, and hopefully, as the district attorney mentioned, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But if this person is proven guilty, should serve a significant amount of time for the danger that he brought to this community. And I want to really thank the district attorney and his staff for being here today. I did want to share that one number for residents of Inglewood to call us at 310-412-4333. That's for illegal fireworks, and all fireworks in Inglewood are legal. But certainly something of this nature, you can call 911. It was that serious.
Introduce Assistant Chief Stillwagon.
I'm sorry?
Assistant Chief Stillwagon is next.
Yeah. And with that, I'm going to give you Assistant Chief Stillwagon from
LAFD.
LAFD.
Excuse me, LA County. LA County.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Stillwagon with the County of Los Angeles Fire Department. I'm actually the Fire Marshal and an Assistant Chief with LA County Fire. On behalf of Anthony Maroney, we thank the DA's office for inviting us out, and also with Mayor Butt's leadership in collaborating with the entire team to ensure these types of events don't continue. These are very serious and life-threatening events, and they have to stop. We want people within LA County and within all of our jurisdictions, even here in the city of Inglewood, to have a great, wonderful 4th of July holiday season. We just want to be able to do it safely. I'm going to speak to a little bit broader terms of what's happening out in the county, just so people can get a full understanding of the events. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, in 2024, there was 9,700 people that went to emergency rooms throughout the United States as a result of fireworks. That is a lot. Here within Los Angeles County, we look at the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after the 4th of July holiday season and that special event for all of us. There was 142 fires that we responded to. 121 of those fires were caused by illicit or illegal fireworks. Nationally, we lost 8 lives. We don't want to lose any lives here in the city or abroad. period. And that is why we're here today. Additionally, fireworks are causing $906,000 of property damage per year. That's your home, that's your car, that's your business and your livelihood. We have to stop the destruction. The catastrophic fires that ripped through Los Angeles early January were just a glimpse of what the future holds for us. We cannot continue at this pace. However, we do want our public to enjoy the fireworks season. And there are many good avenues to enjoy that season. Let's leave the fireworks that go up and go boom to the professionals. Those are also the illegal fireworks. But the professionals are trained to handle that threat. Last year in La Puente, through a professional fireworks show, we had shrapnel in a low burst in the tube rip through the stomach and abdomen of the female pyrotechnician that was creating that show. She was a professional, and she ended up in the hospital that night. We don't want this to happen to you. The sobering events that have taken place with the case behind me should be a marked situation for all of us, in that we don't want our children to end up in the hospital or dead. We don't want our family members to hurt, and we definitely don't want our communities to suffer any more than they already have. So please, go to one of the scheduled local fireworks shows done by the professionals to have a safe and wonderful time with your family and friends. If you can't make it to a show, go to a park or a neighborhood open space where you can view the fireworks from there. And you can also look at many broadcasted television shows that have the fireworks on display. They're now getting creative and even doing drone shows, and you can find those on YouTube and other channels. For LA County area, you can reach us at www.fire.lacounty.gov, or you can call our fireworks hotline at 888-654-FIRE. And again, that's 888-654-3473. And with that, have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you. We're now called up Los Angeles County Sheriff's Arson Explosives Detail Lieutenant David Honor.
Good afternoon. Lieutenant David Honor, LA County Sheriff's Department Arson Explosive Detail, affectionately known as the Bomb Squad. I'll echo what everybody has said here today and just add that across our nation, dealing with fireworks and collecting the fireworks is probably the most hazardous duty that a bomb squad technician has to perform. With that said, these explosive IED, as they're described, are extremely dangerous, especially when they're altered from the state that they're purchased in, or if they're tried to be handmade by persons who have no skill in doing that. And that's why anytime that you find those types of fireworks or you see them out there, do not touch them. Leave them in place. Call your local police agency, who will then call us, who serve all of LA County, and we'll send bomb technicians out that are expertly trained to safely dispose and handle those types of products. The mere handling of those alone, even if there's no ignition source nearby, could spontaneously erupt into an explosion and severely injure you, life-altering injuries that we see throughout the year, especially during this time of the year. Injuries that are just not repairable, not able to overcome those types of significant injuries to your hands and limbs. So please, if you see those types of fireworks, IEDs, don't touch them, leave them in place, call us, and we'll let the experts come out and handle them. Thank you.
So we'll take questions at this point. If anyone... Generally, I'm familiar with that, yes.
200 tons of illegal fireworks. Do we know what's happening with the person who was there handling that particular?
Yes, we do, and that's an ongoing investigation. And you're right; it was roughly over 400,000 pounds of fireworks that was seized. Turns out that as part of that investigation, we're looking at not just the fact of who was involved with possessing and storing it, but where they got it from. And that's part of the ongoing investigation as well. And I must tell you that if we find out that they got it from any other parts of the state of California or any other states of the United States, the investigation will continue to those distributors as well. Ultimately, we're trying to also figure out where they were going to send it. Now, obviously, in that situation, they were able to stop and seize the fireworks before they got out into the community. But imagine what 200 tons or 400,000 pounds of additional fireworks here in LA County, the amount of damage that that could have done. So I commend law enforcement for being able to have seized it at that point. And this investigation is ongoing. And as we hit public milestones in the investigation, we'll make sure to let you know.
Are we finding the majority of these things coming in from Nevada, or are they across the border from Mexico?
They are coming in from all sources, other parts of California into LA County, other states, and across the border. Again, it becomes not just an LA County issue, it's actually every county in California, all 58 of them, that have this particular issue. There are certain neighboring states for which they are selling a large amount of the fireworks that end up in LA County. And we are going to do our best, to the extent that that is done illegally, to make sure that the law gets enforced against them as well.
One thing regarding fireworks, what point of fireworks have they been struck into place? When you're looking at state prison time for possessing.
So often a firework, an individual firework, whether it's an M80 or a M100 or M1000, doesn't have enough effectively gunpowder or explosive device material to constitute an explosive device. We often have experts that come in and look at particular explosive or particular fireworks to see if the amount of fireworks involved, like in the Joshua Alavez case, trips the line at which it now becomes an explosive device. So they are looking at both the quality of the explosive material and the quantity as well before they can make that determination.
Question for the LT is Bob Schwartz, Mr. Woods.
Yes, sir.
Are you finding the vast majority of these things which you're thinking handle, are they modified from the original safe and sane designs, or are they literally homemade, taking component parts, things like photo flash, things like that, sealing them with canisters, cardboard, things like that? Is that what you're concerned about?
Yes, both of which you mentioned. Altered fireworks that were safe and sane to begin with, and then altered to have a larger explosive property. And then those items that are handmade with various types of explosive powders or aluminum powders, and those are the ones that are really dangerous. They're made with unknown types of quantities of product that are explosive or flammable in nature. And again, that's why we recommend that you do not touch those if you find them. Call us, because the uncertainty of what's mixed and the quantities that they're mixed in makes them very volatile to handle.
Are you concerned that these devices are involving things that like photo flash and quick match?
Well, yes and no. That is true, but also we have really no idea what's in the product. We have our hazmat chemists will come out and test some of them, but it takes time for that to occur. But the most important part to understand is that when these components that you're mentioning come together into one mixture, highly volatile, highly unstable.
Quick match is a problem with some of these, because you don't know how long that fuse is going to burn, right?
True. And we find that some of the fuses are becoming shorter and shorter simply to save money on a fuse. So you light that, and a lot of times you don't have time to get that out of your hand before it goes off.
We're going to take a few more questions.
Can you share which fireworks are allowed for use? We know they're illegal completely here in Inglewood, but which fireworks can be used in other cities?
Thank you for the question. As I understand it, which fireworks are allowed to be used in the cities that allow for fireworks? The safe and sane fireworks, those that carry the state of California safe and sane seal. I do not have an example for you on me, but you can look it up online.
That's good, because it'd be illegal.
And just understand, in the county of Los Angeles and in the city of Inglewood, even those safe and sane fireworks are illegal.
Neighbors have raised concerns about the response times. Based on the call they called out for fireworks. You guys increase units?
Yeah. You want to address that?
I'll handle that. The reality is that there's only so many officers that can be deployed, and on the 4th of July, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, it would be impossible to respond real time to someone hearing or seeing a firework being deployed. So the reality is that we have units that are deployed for that detail, but we can't promise a certain response time. No, they should call dispatch.
District Attorney Nathan Hochman, with your signal protests still scheduled to happen, are you concerned with these protesters possibly using fireworks at these events?
We're absolutely concerned of any protesters using fireworks, and we've actually differentiated between legitimate protesters who are exercising their First Amendment rights that we will protect, and people who are using an otherwise legitimate protest as cover to commit criminal acts. So if someone thinks they can aim a commercial grade firework at the police, shoot it off, and say that somehow they are protesting, they're going to find out that they've gone from protected speech and crossed the line into illegal action, and it's the illegal action that they will get arrested for, prosecuted, and punished.
George, number says that the Chief of Police mentioned about that LA County or counties not allow any fireworks.
The unincorporated areas of Los Angeles County, and then those cities that also have an ordinance banning fireworks within their city.
Okay. So, and let me leave you with this prediction. Technology is moving very quickly. And here's my prediction that we'll have probably in the next couple years. Every time we have the ability when people go through a speed light to have that photo enforced. At some point in the next several years, we're going to have the ability to determine from the sky everybody who shoots off an illegal firework on the day they actually do it. And they'll be geolocated, and they will go ahead and have the criminal laws enforced against them. This is what's coming. In the meantime, what I ask the public to do is basically report anytime you see an illegal firework go off in your neighborhood. Take advantage of these reporting opportunities, because again, you don't know which illegal firework can actually result in tragedy and disaster. So we got to do our part in trying to stop them. All right, we're going to now turn this over to Rosa Alarcon to address the Spanish-speaking media.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Rosa Alarcón y soy la subdirectora de la División de Delitos Objetivos del Fiscal de Distrito, que incluye nuestra sección de incendios provocados y explosivos. A medida que se acerca el Día de la Independencia, el Fiscal de Distrito del Condado de Los Ángeles, Nathan Hochman, advierte a los residentes que no participen en el uso, posesión o venta de fuegos artificiales ilegales, citando un caso reciente en el que poderosos explosivos hirieron a una mujer y causaron destrucción en un vecindario residencial de Inglewood, cerca de donde nos encontramos ahora en Rogers Park. Joshua a la vez estaba esperando una audiencia preliminar derivada de cargos de haber lanzado fuegos artificiales ilegales dirigidos a la multitud y a la policía durante la celebración de Serie Mundial de los Dodgers de Los Ángeles. Mientras estaba en libertad previa, presuntamente encendió dispositivos pirotécnicos a gran escala en un vecindario residencial de Inglewood en el día de Navidad del año pasado. Los fuegos artificiales que se lanzaron fueron del mismo calibre a los que se usan en exhibiciones profesionales como los de Disneylandia. Las explosiones destrozaron ventanas de un edificio de apartamentos cercano, dañaron varios vehículos y uno de los explosivos atravesó la ventana de un dormitorio de una mujer, causándole laceraciones en el rostro. A la vez se enfrenta a un cargo de delito grave por explosión de un dispositivo destructivo que causó lesiones corporales, posesión de los ingredientes para fabricar un dispositivo destructivo, posesión de un dispositivo destructivo en la vía pública y cargos de delitos graves de vandalismo. Si es declarado culpable de los cargos en ambos casos, a la vez enfrenta 35 años de prisión estatal. Desde el 1 de enero del 224, los fiscales han presentado 54 casos en todo el condado relacionados con dispositivos destructivos, explosivos o fuegos artificiales ilegales. Un artículo reciente del diario de Los Angeles Times afirmó del año pasado casi 500,000 personas en este país fueron tratados por lesiones relacionadas con fuegos artificiales. Solo en este año, CAL FIRE y sus agencias asociadas han confiscado más de 600,000 libras de fuegos artificiales ilegales. La Fiscalía le pide a cualquier persona que presencie actividades ilegales con fuegos artificiales a denunciarlos de inmediato a las autoridades locales. Se recuerda a los residentes que incluso la posesión de ciertos fuegos artificiales puede constituir un delito grave según la ley de California, especialmente cuando se modifican o se utiliza de forma imprudente. Gracias.
All right, thank you very much. That'll conclude the press conference for today. Very much appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dia. That was outstanding, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Outstanding, buddy.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, wish you a safe July 4th.
Great. Thanks, Chief. No, thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thanks, Altair.
Sir?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.